Jawan is sure to remind you of many films and series, but had the most on the nose relevance with Money Heist because the tropes are pretty similar. Hijacker, hostage situation, the vigilante slash Robin Hood falling in love with the chief officer, all of it. But what makes it special is how the setting of India has impacted a similar script in every other way, and that is a win to cherish. Hello, Cinefam, and welcome to my review of Jawan, which is undoubtedly the coolest film of SRK. How many roles did he play, or which previous athlete tropes were repeated? Answers to these questions would definitely spoil your experience in theatres. So let's skip the much predictable storyline explanation and move in with the flaws. The messaging that we saw in Jawan gets kind of lost in translation while reaching the climax. It gets diluted, if you know what I mean. It doesn't hit you like the way it did in the beginning. I also feel that the writing was very convenient for the plot to proceed, and most of us got brownie points for guessing all things right, as the events were pretty much predictable, mostly for those thorough with director Atlee's filmography. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I didn't like the music album of Jawan entirely. I love Chalaya and the King Khan rap, but no other song has stayed with me since I have stepped out of the theatre. Not the songs whose names even I've forgotten. But that's fine. Anirudh's magic usually does work on me, but probably not this one time. A major flaw that I could feel throughout the film was the lack of dialogues. Can't believe I'm saying this, but sometimes words do speak louder than actions. You'll get here more dialogue bazi than dialogues, which would get us to know our characters in a better way. I mean, the romance between Nayanthara and SRK just doesn't work because no conversations, very few exchanges are there. Chalaya is absolutely a lovely song, but plays out of just nowhere. There's no time to breathe for the subplots as the first half is very fast paced. On the contrary, second half becomes oddly low staked when it comes to Vijay Sethupathis Kali Gaikwad, supposed to be the main villain in the film, but the events of him doing most things is, well, poorly written. In fact, I feel that it's only him who made this character watchable with his eccentricity and little wacky details that he added. Anyone else would have probably made a Joker out of him. P.S. I'm not talking of Pennywise or Heath Ledgers. Think of some cartoonish villain in Bollywood and let me know in the comments. I guess I've already begun with the praises, so here's what makes Jawan a true blue Bollywood film for the masses. First things first, Jawan is a well made film. It's massy and progressive as well. One will realize that soon if they watch Pathan. That was a stylized one, this is more desi, but there were many flaws in Pathan and you don't really see many of them in Jawan. I'm not at all comparing the two. Okay, I might be, but strictly on the basis of the two being SRK's recent releases and being commercial, big budget Bollywood films. Not any other criteria than these two. Director Atlee has got to be truly praised because he made us cry, laugh, hoot, and yes, I had a ton of fun, especially with the ultimate swagger that the older Shahrukh was. I've just witnessed the coolest Shahrukh has ever been on screen, and probably I won't stop talking about it. His chemistry with Deepika is ravishing as always. He's got killer moves in every song there has been. But that's usual SRK, right? What's unusual for me is the rustic old Shahrukh and his unapologetic banter with everyone around him. Quite a character he was. And yes, the banter reminds me of everyone else. The huge star cast, it's commendable how every one of them has got so much importance in the film. It's a win on Atlee's part to have given equal weightage to all his characters in the story. Well, it's a win when the audience hoots and claps equally for all the other characters as it does for its hero. There's a lot of old references in Jawan which make it a whole lot of fun to decode and connect the dots. But the cameos, I tell you, at least I had the most fun time watching actors and non actors playing some parts. God, it sounds so bad when you try to not spoil cameos. Anyways, the film's an action entertainer and it justifies the genre so well because it's certainly a huge entertainer than everything else I've seen this year. And on the action front, most of it is well choreographed, at least from where I see it. Worked well for me, a not so usual non action film watcher. What works even better for me are the technical efforts by Red Chillies Entertainment. One last thing that I liked from the camera department is the constant usage of slow mo shots in the film. I think we should see more of them in Bollywood. Add so much dramatic effect in the scenes, if not depth. Well, that has pretty much sufficed what I felt for Jawan, And trust me, it was a joy being there celebrating cinema in theaters. I'll see you soon in another review, and may you have the best time of your life celebrating cinema. Well, here's my ex handle. Still sounds odd to me, but happy scrolling to you, and thanks for watching this.